we obviously know Russ and Fields have been the talk, right? Russ because he hasn't been out there up until lately and he's been limited. And Fields because anybody that has social media has seen some of the highlight plays that he's had, but we know that he's also had some, not so cool plays as well. But just as a whole, man, what's your perspective on how everything is playing out right now with Fields and Russ in terms of this competition, man?
No, I mean, I don't think Russ has gotten per se started yet. He's still out there throwing though. Like he still did like individual.
And you was out there. You was out there. Was it was that Saturday or Sunday? One of the practices you was out there for.
Yeah, on Saturday. But yeah, he's still out there throwing. You know what I mean? Like he still throw. He do pre practice. He do post practice. He do like indie. So he was out there doing that. He put the helmet on now though, so he's back in the mix. But I don't think it. Like it's just you got to see the Justin Fields for a minute.
Yeah.
You know, I don't think it like changed anything. It just showed you like if something happened and you do have somebody else that's right here, ready to go right now. Like he's a starting quarterback.
Yeah.
You know, but that's still gonna be Russ's show to start this thing off. Like I believe. I just don't see it no way. I see how he's gonna start it off, and then something might change from there.
Yeah.
But yeah.
Now I like what you're saying. But at the same time, Deke has brought it up. The chat brings it up, and I've seen the same clips. Man, Fields be making some plays out there that, is very, very exciting. I mean, you've seen some of these throws. You've seen him pull the ball down and run. I mean, is he making any type of headway in this competition?
I mean, I think he's just doing what he do.
Like, what if Russ continues to be limited for like another week and a half?
Because
Fields blows up in
but he's limited right now. Yeah.
Right. What's that mean, though?
That's a good question.
That's a great question. I think that comes down to how Arthur Smith and Mike Tomlin view the whole situation. Because I'm with you. I think I'd still roll with Russ going into week 1.
Yeah.
Yeah, I just think Russ gonna start this thing off. But I think it's kind of like one of them things where it's like you're confident with Justin Fields. Like at any moment you can go with that.
Yeah.
So it's kind of like I think it's one of them things like say. It was to linger into like the week before the first game.
Ooh.
I think then it would be like, you know what? Let's go with Fields. You see it? Like if it was to be like all preseason, I don't think he got that. Like I think they would go with Fields.
Okay.
But it's like I think him getting back out there now, kind of like getting back in it. Missed a couple of days, now let's get back to it. Like I think he'll go with Russ.
Now I like that. Because the way I kind of looked at it was. I don't know if Fields can beat out Russ for week 1 solely based on training camp practices. I feel like you're still going to have to see Fields put it together a little bit in these preseason games too, because with Russ has such a long history of success in regular season and postseason games. I just think that for Coach Tomlin, they're going to lean a little bit to that and give that the benefit of the doubt until we see Fields raise his floor up, because you know how Coach Tomlin feels about turnovers. You know how he feels about ball security. If Fields is still having some of that, you know how Coach T going to feel. He's going to lean even more so to Russ. And I think that's the part that I don't know if practice alone is going to be enough for Fields to surpass him in this amount of time. I think it's going to matter when we're talking about next Friday, Houston Texans. I think it's going to matter that following Saturday against the Bills. I think we're going to need to see him do this type of stuff that he's wowing us with right now in those games. And if Russ is still unavailable, then yeah, I think he can make that jump week 1 then.
Yeah. Like I think it would have to go to that. Yeah. Almost up to the week of the first game.
Mm-hmm.
Like it would have to go there.
But you don't think it means anything if Russ is not out there for a good stretch of time and Fields is balling out? Given that
the training camp,
this is a new team for both of these guys.
Yeah, I don't think you can go the whole summer.
Yeah, I was
saying. I don't think you got that long.
It doesn't look like that's going to happen, but
yeah, like I don't think you go that long. I think you got to get back out there.
Mm-hmm.
But like, I think he did have a few days.
Like I think that first week was the kind of like, yo, you can get away with this portion of it, but I don't think he has another week that he could just be oh, here, take another week and then another week. I don't think he has that, because Fields is still a starting quarterback. Like Fields isn't your typical backup. This is your typical number 2 that we talking about. You know what I mean? Like, yeah, Fields has started since he's come in this league. He's been a franchise quarterback since he's come in this league, at least from his perspective. So for Russ, that's still a certain level of play that you have to make sure that you're above. And if we know how Coach Tomlin also talks publicly, if it's close, he usually will go with the younger option. He'll go with the cheaper. And in this case, both of those guys' money is the same, but Fields is the younger option with that. So that's the thing, too, where it's like, once again, for Fields, if he can make it close enough and Russ is still not, out there consistently enough, it could get weird.
I think it's just time.
Yeah.
Like, if Russ, like I said, like he's put the helmet back on. Like, if he kind of keep rocking from here.
He ain't play. Yeah. He's like, I don't forget me. I'm out here.
I think it'll be Russ.
Mm-hmm.
It's just kind of like where he goes from here.
Yeah, it's almost like you got to take it a day at a time. Yeah. Because yesterday, with everyone saying Fields like absolutely balled out yesterday, put together his best day of practice, and the first 3 or 4 he was looking pretty good too. Some inconsistencies, but then you're thinking if he could replicate his day 5 practice where he looked his best for like 3 or 4 days in a row, and Russ still ain't out there, you got to be thinking the door's open.
Putting pressure on Coach Tomlin and Arthur Smith in the voice. Yeah.
But Fields didn't have a good practice today, by all accounts.
Who is they though? Like who's they? Who's saying these things? Like he had this good
media and fan base because of social media, and that's like how it is. OTAs that's closed off.
That's what I'm saying. Like you really don't know what's going on out there.
Fans now are giving heavy.
You see a clip or two on a bomb or two, and it's
talk about it.
All right, I'm balling. Like no, it's so much more to it than just them 1 or 2 plays. Like it's how the offense is flowing. It's the control of the structure. It's how what I mean? How they getting in and out of the huddle. It's like
that's why it's like Phils has moments right now, and moments are great for social media. Moments are great for the fans. But a moment isn't going to win you the game. Like, you need that consistency at the position. You need all those little details that you're kind of breaking down, so to speak, man.
Yeah, it's like getting in and out the huddle. It's, control, the structure. It's just, there's so much more to it. Yeah. You know what I mean? That's like, you don't see that all on Instagram. You don't see that all on the 1 or 2 bombs that you keep seeing. Like, there's so much more to it.
Yeah.
So.
But like I said, man, that's gonna make it. Like I said, that competition between those 2 dudes, man. I don't think it's a negative. I think it's only positive for both of them dudes and for the team as a whole, man.